the NHL, so he'd have to go back there. I mean, how do you view that?
Yeah, I mean, we'll just have to see. When obviously it's a big summer for him. Played a lot of games. They made a long run in the playoffs, so that takes into some of his training over the summer and going into World Juniors. So we're excited to see him camp this week and looking forward to see what he can do once he gets in the World Junior camp.
How does his game, how do you think his game would translate into the NHL? Like, will he be the same type of player he was at the OHL?
I hope so.
Yeah. But I mean, does he?
I think he's a high-end talent, and he thinks the game well. He's got a great shot, can score goals, he competes. So, we're really excited about it.
Kind of the same line of questioning for Will Cooley. Where do you think he's at? What's your assessment of him?
Similar. I mean, he went back and he showed some leadership skills, captain of the team, another long playoff run, great experience for him. Wanted him to go back and practice or start gaining that confidence of filling the net and scoring goals, and he did that. So, we're excited to see what he can do.
For both those guys, you know they want to compete for spots. They talked about wanting to make the Rangers.
Mm-hmm.
With Cooley, you have the option of maybe moving to the next level, going to AHL. Othman, not an option. Does that complicate it at all? Because it's either here or OHL, and you don't have that in between to maybe if you want to move him up and see how he does there.
Yeah, I mean that's what training camp's for, right? And
yeah.
See where he fits, and the coaching staff and management, they'll make that decision.
If he does have to go back, do you send him back there with specific instructions, work on this, work on that?
We'd send all our guys with specific instructions. I mean, we have individual development plans for them, and we keep tabs on them and make sure that they're doing what they need to do, and if not, we need to adjust them.
Is that an internal debate, though, that you guys have, and I'm sure other teams have, like when a guy is shown to be really productive at the junior level, right? And yet, do you worry at all about if he goes back there, is it regress? Could he regress a little bit because maybe he's bored. He's bored, essentially.
I mean, I don't know. Hopefully not. I mean, we feel like we drafted some guys with higher character, and he's highly motivated, and he wants to be the best that he can be, whether it's there or for the New York Rangers. So, we're just. We'll take it one step at a time and see where he fits.
Can I ask you about Matthew Robertson? What is his status here? I mean, like, what have you seen from him in Hartford, and where's his standing?
Well, I really like him. I mean, he had a great year. I mean, his first pro year, full year, and he made some big strides. Played really well for us in Hartford. He's a great defenseman. He moves well. He's big. It wasn't much of an adjustment for him in pro hockey. So, we're excited about seeing how big of a summer he has. He got a taste of NHL playoffs with being a Black Ace, and so just a lot of momentum going forward for him and the whole group.
With a player like that here this week, I mean, what do you think that he can get out of this week, or what are you looking for from him this week with all these younger guys?
Yeah, I think I'm looking for him to kind of step up a little bit and lead these guys and take control of the group and show them the right way, and being part of the culture that we're trying to develop in our group, and I think it's having him being here and Skinner and guys that were had a taste of pro hockey last year is important to show some of these younger guys and new guys how we do things, and it's a big step for him, and we're looking forward to having him here and being a part of it.
With a guy like Othman, because of where he was drafted in the first round, do you look for him to stand out at a camp like this as it goes on because of his drafting and where he was? Or is it hard to even picture that when you have so many guys on the ice and you're running through these double sessions?
Yeah, it's tough. I mean, obviously they haven't been on the ice in a while. It's a whirlwind. They've had flights, getting in late last night and getting up early this morning, testing, all kinds of stuff. It's a crazy day. So get their feet under them, let them get their hands and breaking some equipment. So it's always kind of a scramble the first couple of days, and and obviously we want him to do well and compete and just like the rest of the group.
What can you tell me about Olaf Lindblom? I mean, his numbers, I know you drafted him in the second round 4 years ago or whatever it was. What's happened to him? His numbers don't look great.
He hasn't been able to stay healthy. He's, unfortunately, he's gotten dinged up a little bit the last few years, and now he's finally healthy. So, for him to get over here and be able to work with Benny and Benny's team, on a day-to-day basis, he played well this last season. Obviously, they had another good goalie too. And so, he kind of split the net a little bit there. And so just getting him over here and making sure, obviously, now that he's healthy and he's ready to go and physically, and then, working with Benny and his crew, I think we're looking for him to be a big part of the group.
And the plan is for him to go to Hartford this season?
That's what training camp is for.
In the short time you've had Bobby Trevino, what have you made of him? What's your impression been?
He came into Hartford at the end of the season last year. Got a good taste of what it takes, and I think he fit in well with our group. Really works hard. He's a spark plug. He's an energy guy that has some skill, and he's already put on some weight this summer, and you can see it. His body's starting to fill out. So we're excited to see how much he takes advantage of this summer and coming into training camp.
Did you see? You obviously want to see great seasons from all your draft picks, but Dylan Durant and the kind of season he had, and how does that, goaltending is such a big part of what you guys have done here for a long time. How does that kind of fit into the program that's going to be coming in?
Like I said, we'll see training camp. And obviously, we got some guys that we like and Benny likes, and so leave that up to Benny. But we want guys to have competition and compete against each other, and I think we have that.
Is Benny in communication with the younger guys who aren't near the junior level or whatever? Is he on top of those guys as well?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. Benny and his staff, they break down their stuff and communicate with them to see what they need. So yeah.
Do you believe that Cooley's game can translate in the NHL where he's playing, if he's playing up or down the lineup? I mean, he was obviously point producer, in the OHL. Could he be if you had to throw him in a fourth line role? Could he translate his game into a fourth line role? If he play in a second line role, could he translate that game?
I think so. I hope so. Yeah, I think we'll see. Obviously he kind of played a little bit in Hartford during the bubble, and they were able to kind of move him up and down the lineup there. So now he knows what it's like and what to look forward to. So and we'll see how he does at camp.
Obviously, Zachary Karpa just joined the organization days ago, but just what have been your first impressions of him? I know his dad played for the Rangers once upon a time.
He's a lot bigger than I thought he was. I thought he looked good today. It's a quick turnaround for him, but he fit in fine and looks pretty good.
All the guys you just drafted, is this this is the first time to probably see them up close? Are you really familiar with them, or is this almost more important for them because you get your first look at them?
Yeah, this is, I think, for the development staff and other than the scouts that are out watching them every day and watching, breaking video down on them, this is our first chance to really get our eyes on them and work with them and see instill the culture that we're trying to develop here and the family that everybody talks about that we feel like is a big part of this organization.